Right, let's move straight to our third and final conversation. Crises have a way of testing leadership, exposing both strengths and vulnerabilities. In Rivers State, suspended Governor Siminalayi Fubara believes the ongoing political turmoil will ultimately forge a stronger, more resilient people. During a Salah visit by Muslim leaders from 20 Islamic-based groups, including the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, Fubara reassured residents that the challenges facing the state were not insurmountable. According to the statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Nelson Chukwudi, the governor emphasized that while the crisis may leave many disheartened, unseen forces may be at play beyond human comprehension. Reaffirming his commitments to justice and equality, Fubara painted a vision of a society where no one is oppressed. However, he urged his supporters to resist provocation, warning that those feeling the crisis were eager to plunge the state into violence. Okay, Mayor, Governor Siminalayi Fubara says the people of Rivers State will emerge stronger. Now, in your opinion, do you think the governor is saying the right thing?
Of course, he's saying the right things. Those are the things you expected him to say. It's obvious there's crisis in the state. There is a state of emergency that has been declared. So it is important for the governor to encourage the citizens that, yes, there is crisis. We are going to get over this crisis and we are going to emerge stronger. Okay. It's normal things expected of him to say. But what I will add is that Fubara should be able to sit back, use this time of state of emergency in his state to look at the role he played, to look at how he handled the crisis.
Sober reflection.
Yes, to see how things can be done better, how people should be able to give and take. Okay. Why they should not allow their ego to stand in the way of peace. And that is what I expect him to use this time to reflect on. Okay. So that after that 6 months, there will not be need to extend that state of emergency. Okay. Because normally, after the 6 months, they're supposed to come back believing that the circumstances that led to the state of emergency is no longer existing. Okay. So I pray that the governors will have learned their lessons. The people on the other side, I hope they will also have learned their lessons, and that they will not give Mr. President cause to see any need
to extend
the state of emergency.
Okay. All right, Mikael, the governor also, he warned his supporters from falling prey to those who would want to engineer violence with provocative acts, he said. How instructive is this?
Provocative acts like what now? Like what?
I don't know.
He's saying that they should not respond to provocation. Like what? Like what? I'll be happy to ask him directly, what acts of provocation are you talking about? Because all of this demonstration of elephantine ego brought the state to where it is now. The governor should speak at all times now like somebody who wants peace. All of the saber rattling and dog whistles have achieved nothing. He should focus on peace now. Peace building. What do we do? The people who came to him, they are men who desire peace. And this is the season to show that you are interested in peace.
In peace.
If immediately the Supreme Court verdict came, certain steps were taken by this governor, we won't have this problem. We won't have this problem. If the governor had not taken it upon himself to determine who is a member of a state assembly, we won't have this problem. It's not your place to determine whether somebody has lost his seat or not. And we said it at that time. There is the court that can take someone's seat away. Even the index case, I recalled. But they won't listen. They won't listen. Now look at where they are in that state. Everybody decided to dig in. Wike dug in. You, Fubara, you dug in. The moment the assembly said, okay, these people come and do fresh, represent yourself for fresh screening, they said they were going to court. I mean, if once the Supreme Court says this is the authentic leadership of the House, every step that you took with 3 individuals,
it means null.
passing a budget in excess of 1 trillion naira, confirming appointments, all of them amount to a nullity. But look at what we were saying. The moment they said they should come back, they went to court. They wanted to stall the process through the courts. And they didn't stop there. The governor also felt, oh, you could just, without announcement, go to the House and say you want to present a budget. That's a process. You do a letter. The letter is acknowledged. They read the letter on the floor.
Yes.
You can't just descend on them like a paratrooper and say, oh, I want to present budget. All of those, and he knew that at that point, it will not be possible. The goal was to make those guys look bad before Nigerians. But what have we gained? Just obey the judgment. You said you will obey the judgment. Obey the judgment. Reach out to them. Let Nigerians see whether they were the ones who did not want you to present it. I'm not saying they do not have their own problems. But of course, a governor who is saying that he is committed to a society where no one is oppressed. He didn't pay, for almost 2 years, he didn't pay their salaries. He held on to their money. Is that how to ensure that no one is oppressed? See, some of us have outgrown some of the tricks that politicians play. You want people to see you as extremely nice. Meanwhile, your conduct does not demonstrate that. A more astute politician will have handled these matters. It will not even get to Abuja. I know governors today who are not on talking terms with their godfathers. Even currently, I just don't want to mention there's one in the Northwest. His case is almost as bad as this, but you will not hear. In the Northwest, the people, those who know that I'm saying the truth.
It's just handling it differently.
Yes, not on talking. They don't talk at all. And he's the one who put him there. They don't talk. Somebody who once worked with him. But they don't talk at all. At all. And I'm not talking about Kaduna.
Okay.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Kaduna. God sees me at my heart. I'm not talking about. They don't talk. But have you ever read that? Oh, no, handled it differently. Handled it differently. You stoop to conquer. Fubara must come out of. It's not just the people who come out of this mess stronger. Fubara must come back of this mess a wiser politician, a stronger politician. Inner strength. I'm talking about inner strength.
Okay.
He must come back a much better politician. A politician that people won't just simply mislead him. You must follow your mind at the end of the day. Even if 1 million advisors are talking to you, at the end of the day, you are the one who must be in charge of your emotions.
Okay.
You are the one who must account for your deeds. So people can't be coming from Abuja because they are taking money from you. They are coming to mislead you. There is crisis in their own state.
But they rather come
choose,
to
but they
Rivers,
go because there's money to be made there. That is the thing. So now, once he's gone through this, he will know how to handle all those misleaders, those who come to mislead people. He will know how to handle them. He will know, and I'm praying. The House of Reps suggested, the Reps of Reps Speaker suggested a committee to make peace on this matter.
Okay.
Because a political solution is possible. The judiciary has already done its part.
Okay.
So that committee has to be instituted. Bring Fubara, bring Wike, and the president should read the Riot Act. I want total peace, no half measures. And I'm ready to descend on anyone
who violates,
who will not want to see peace happen. Whether you work for me or you don't work for me, if you don't want peace to happen, I descend on you. Okay. So that committee that the House of Reps Speaker talked about, I'll be happy to see it instituted, because we can actually come out of this if we are not careful. This whole emergency rule will go and the problem will remain. And that's not what we want to see. We want to see them learn from the problems that they created. They created the problems. So they need to learn from it, and then we can have finality on this matter.
All right, Mayor, let's also look at Rivers Elders. Now, what do you think this Rivers Elders need to do to ensure that the Rivers State emerges stronger out of this crisis?
I don't see what the elders in Rivers State can do, because they're also part of the problem. Unfortunately,
they took sides
They took side for whatever reason. They are with the governor. But I want to stress that we must not forget that both parties are guilty, and they brought us to this dead end. Because the Wike and members of the assembly, they did not want peace. And their actions also fueled the crisis in Rivers. But I agree absolutely that Fubara, because of his lack of experience, he became a governor from being a civil servant. So he didn't have enough experience about handling crisis. A more astute politician will have handled Wike better. I was listening to one interview that Wike did just yesterday. And Wike's argument is that it's not about money, that I don't need money from Rivers, but that it is about structure. That some people work for the governor. Some people work to put a structure on ground. You cannot come
and send them
which the government benefited.
That's the local government.
The local government.
And send everybody packing, and then you want to hijack that structure. The structure that we used to put you there.
That's the source of the problem, not money.
And you expect that people will not resist it. So it is obvious that the governor didn't handle it well. You can have disagreements. We have seen several states where governors have had disagreements with their godfathers, but they've handled it well.
You want to know?
Like Fachola said, may your loyalty not be tested. So at every point in time, governors have had problems with their godfathers, but they handled it in a better way. Fubara, because of lack of experience, they handled it better way. So the elders in Rivers, it will be difficult for them to be able to solve the problem because they've taken sides already. And the other party on the other side will not trust them.
Because Wike had offended many of them. So they naturally pitched their tent. They were looking for a situation in which Wike gets destroyed politically. So they decided to side with the governor. Wike had issues with those leaders. But it's better not to make it so obvious that this is where you are. Because when they then said, okay, and that they were setting up a committee headed by former governor of Akwa Ibom, I said, well, this is coming too late. And let's face it, people can say all kinds of things about Wike. I can't make you governor. And as soon as you got there, you wanted to impeach the speaker. That's what led to the burning of the assembly. Not only that, you wanted to remove all the local government chairmen and put caretaker in place, just so that you can put your own people, and they could see that that was where he was going. And as I've said before, to win the election in that state, to win the governorship election, each of those chairmen was made chairman of the campaign in his respective local government. So they worked to put you there. And just after a few months, you are looking for how to drive them away so that you can put your own people. And Wike doesn't want to be like a politician who, when he got to Abuja, then he lost his own front.
His base, okay.
Without your base, you are finished as a politician. Is it in Abuja that he will be building it? So he was also interested in retaining his control. That's power. Everybody loves power.
Okay.
I think it was Tinubu or someone who said, you know what people can do with power when you put your own, give power to your own son. And I've seen the son who dethroned his father now in the Arab world. So this is the thing. It's not really, people think, oh, it's money, it's about sharing money. No, from the get-go. And even when the president sat on their matter with them, the president said that they should not touch those local government chairmen. It was part of the resolution. Because once you take them away, it's clear that you are eyeing that man's structures. So, and once you are eyeing his structure, you want to render him impotent politically, and you expect that he will not fight back. Of course, he will fight back with everything that he's got. That's where we are. It was too early to show your hand. Most people show their hand immediately they come in for second term. Ochendo Global, former governor of that is Theodore Oji.
Abia State.
Did he not?
State, yes.
We saw what he did to Oji Kalu in the end.
Yeah.
But it was not during his first term. Oji Kalu and his mom, they were very influential during the first term. He left them because he was even in prison when he won the election. Oji Kalu made sure he won the election when Theodore Oji was in prison. But he was playing along. The moment he came for second term, even when Oji Kalu wanted to come back to the PDP,
he didn't even allow
he
him.
frustrated it at the ward level. They did not register him to come back. What are we talking about? We've seen these things happen. This Nigeria, we've seen this kind of situation before. You showed your hand too early. And the person was not going to wait for you to destroy him. What are we talking? How many of us will accept it?
Absolutely.
Things that we cannot accept, we then attack some people for also refusing to accept. That is borderline hypocrisy.
No, but let me advise the governor.
In rounding up.
Let me advise the governor. Like I said earlier, he should use these 6 months to reflect and then ask himself, did the style that I used, was it effective? No, it was not effective. So now, it should bend backwards to allow peace to reign so that there won't be need, like I said, there won't be need because out of everybody is the biggest loser.
Yes.
Yes, members of the assembly are also losing. Wicked too will lose. But it's the biggest loser.
Appointees, they've sacked them.
They've sacked everybody. So I want to advise him that he should know that politics is about interest. So he should learn his lessons, see how he can compromise so that there can be peace and there won't be need
for an extension.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, it's a fine place for us to leave it. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Mayo, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for having this conversation. BKO, you know I appreciate you always. And that's all on Journalist Hangout, the Tuesday.